We're going to take a look at converting measurement units. And to do this, we're going to need to use what is called a unit ratio, which is a ratio when the denominator is equal to 1 unit, such as 3 feet per 1 yard, 12 inches per 1 foot, 2 cups per 1 pint. Basically, this is when the numerator and the denominator have the same value. When you use these as you are making conversions, you can also flip it around to its reciprocal, such as 1 yard over 3 feet. And I will show you how you know when to use which form. Let's take a look at the first one. Convert 10 feet to inches. We know that we're starting with 10 feet, and so I went ahead and wrote down 10 feet. We're going 2 inches, so I know that my answer needs to end up being some answer inches as my unit there. And so I actually started by putting inches here and by putting feet down here. And then I always ask students, is there a certain number of inches that go in a foot or a certain number of feet that go in 1 inch? Well, we know that there are 12 inches in 1 foot. And so we put the number 12 here and 1 here. Just as you can cancel numbers or reduce numbers, like if you had a 10 down here, you could say 10 divided by 10 is 1, 10 divided by 10 is 1. Just as you can do that, you can also cancel out units. And so my unit of feet and feet, those cancel. And I have 10 times 12, which is 120. And the only unit that is left is inches, so 120 inches. Convert 15 feet to yards. Since I know that I'm starting with 15 feet, I start by writing that down. I'm going to end up in yards. So as I write my unit multiplier or my unit ratio here, I put yards on top in my numerator. And I know that I want my feet here to cancel with feet down here. And so I put the unit of feet here. And then I ask myself, is there a certain number of yards per 1 foot or a certain number of feet per 1 yard? Well, in 1 yard, there are 3 feet. The units of feet and feet cancel. In this case, 3 divided by 3 is 1. 15 divided by 3 is 5. And you get 5 times 1, which is 5 yards. Feel free at any time to hit pause as I introduce these, give them a try, and then finish it to see how you did. Also, feel free to go back a little bit and watch that again if I explain that too quickly. Convert 4,000 pounds to tons. You write down what you have. You write that down to start with. What you're going to, which is tons, we're going to put that unit on top. I'm going to put pounds down below here because I know that I want it to cancel with this one. And then you ask yourself, is there a certain number of tons per 1 pound or a certain number of pounds per 1 ton? Let the student kind of think that through. There are 2,000 pounds in 1 ton, so you have to put the numbers in the right spot. Your unit of pounds and pounds will cancel. 2,000 divided by 2,000 is 1. 4,000 divided by 2,000 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2, and your answer is 2 tons. Let's take a look at a couple more examples. Convert 2 miles to feet. They gave me 2 miles that I'm going to start with, so I wrote that down. For this thing that I'm going to multiply this by here to get my conversion, since I'm going to go to feet, I put that unit up on top, and I put miles down below in my denominator because I know that I'm going to eventually want it to cancel here. Ask yourself, is there a certain number of feet per 1 mile or a certain number of miles per 1 foot? Well, we know that there are 5,280 feet in 1 mile. And so then I've got my miles units to cancel. This is the same as 2 over 1, so numerator times numerator. I worked this out ahead of time, gives you 10,560, and in your denominator you have 1 times 1. The only unit that you have left is feet, so 10,560 feet. Convert 5 gallons to quarts. Write down 5 gallons because that's what we're starting with. We're going 2 quarts, so I know that my unit of quart needs to go here in the numerator. I know that I want this unit of gallons to cancel with gallons here in the denominator. How many quarts are there in a gallon, or is there a certain number of gallons in 1 quart? There are 4 quarts in 1 gallon. So I already canceled out those units. I have 5 times 4, which is 20. And in my denominator, I just have 1. So 20 quarts is the answer there.